Emma and Josh woke up one day to a startling realization. They felt more like roommates than a married couple. They maybe even felt more like roommates than friends. How did they get here? And how can they turn it around? Welcome back to the Bread Therapy Baking Show. My name's Daniel. I'm a professional therapist and hobby baker. And today we're starting a series about relationships, talking about John Gottman's magic 5 hours for a healthy marriage, while we bake some homemade French bread pizza. John Gottman is a world-renowned researcher, especially into healthy marriages and things that make marriages work. He's a best-selling author as well. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what he has seen through his research of a 5-hour per week investment that couples can make in their marriage to keep their relationship strong and thriving. In Gottman's research, he found that couples in positive relationships seem to invest like 5 extra hours per week into their marriages in specific ways. So here are the 5 things that are observed in a healthy and positive marriage relationship. So number 1 is partings. Give warm farewells. He estimates this probably takes 2 minutes per day for 5 work days per week. So that's 10 minutes per week of an investment into the marriage. This is so important because when we have just had a warm farewell and leave for the day, we're more likely to look forward to and be excited about returning back together. Number 2 is greetings. Gottman says couples that have a debriefing conversation together at the end of the day find themselves in more positive and healthy relationships. This is especially important as I've worked with couples. I've noticed that sometimes at the end of a work day, when someone has had a particularly rough day, they may be more likely to lose their cool at home in the evening. But when their spouse or partner is able to be aware of that it was a hard day, they might have a little bit more grace or even offer, hey, why don't you go take a couple minutes to just chill out and lay down. But when they're not aware of it, it can almost hit them out of nowhere and maybe even trigger a negative conflict cycle that then the couple has to work themselves out of. So Gottman recommends at least like 20 minutes per day for a chat after the work day, which is a total of 1 hour and 40 minutes per week, bringing the partings and greetings to 1 hour and 50 minutes per week. The third part about the 5-hour investment is admiration and appreciation. Find a way to compliment your spouse every day and try to show them that you appreciate them. He estimates this could take 5 minutes per day, 7 days a week, for a total of 35 minutes, bringing our total to 2 hours and 25 minutes. This could be an act of service or as simple as sending a text saying like, hey, just thinking about you, hope you're having a good day. Number 4 is affection, showing physical affection to your spouse. Hug, pat, kiss, touch, especially goodnight kisses, he says. 5 minutes per day, 7 days a week, a total of 35 minutes, which brings our total up to 3 hours on the week. Again, this could be as simple as a little snuggle before bed, before falling asleep, or holding hands, or snuggling watching a show, or just as simple as a long hug or a long kiss. He has specifically recommended a 6-second kiss. And the reason is a long kiss like that is long enough to feel romantic, but it's also long enough to trigger oxytocin release in our brain, which is sometimes what we call the love hormone. It's a bonding hormone that helps us connect both emotionally and physiologically. And so doing a long, slow 6-second kiss every day could be a good practice to have. And the last on the magic 5 hours is a date night. Gottman recommends a weekly date night at least once per week and allows for 2 hours, which brings us to that 5-hour mark per week. And the goal of this time together is to connect, to chat, to dream, to plan, and just to enjoy each other's company. Now, this is one that may be a little bit easier said than done when you do have kids, especially young kids. And I've been in that season for a little while now, where planning a weekly date night and getting away for 2 hours per week is sometimes not feasible. But I do think there are ways that we can incorporate at least 2 hours per week of time to connect and chat and dream with your spouse without hiring a babysitter and going out to dinner. And that could be just getting a little bit creative, maybe after the kids are in bed, spending some time just hanging out, lighting a candle, working on a puzzle, with less worry about the amount of time you're spending connecting and more focus on just the intentionality of we're going to spend some time to connect and plan and dream and enjoy each other's company every week. Or incorporating some ritual for connection, whether that be one of you lighting a candle is a cue to sit down and just talk. It could be helpful to have sort of a cue or a code word when one of you is sort of missing that connection. And so I've worked with couples where standing on the bottom step for the wife to give a hug to the husband is kind of the cue to connect. For others, it might be the question of, hey, can we lay on the couch, sit on the couch, and you play with my hair? That's the cue for, hey, I'm kind of missing this connection. And these can also be times that aren't established as date nights. I think a personal example for my wife and myself, sometimes, not every week, but sometimes we will visit my parents and leave my kids at their house for a little bit and make a run to Trader Joe's to fill up on snacks. And that is often a time that on the drive to Trader Joe's and home, we do these things where we connect and dream and make plans and just enjoy spending time together. It can also include watching a show or a movie together, but I have seen many times where this becomes so routine, it's almost hard to feel connected when we just watch our show and we go to bed. So just think about other ways to connect. So research suggests that these 5 things, for a total of 5 hours of investment in their relationship per week, could help a couple like Emma and Josh that we mentioned in the beginning. And my hope is that it could help you too. So I'd love to hear in the comments which ones you are particularly doing well at and which areas you might need to focus a little more intentional effort towards the investment in your relationship. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about 5 different branches or types of intimacy that we can lean into to build a stronger bond and connection with your spouse. And so if that's something you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button, and I'd love to see you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.